Hello and welcome to our last Fireside chat for this year. My name is Julie Hollinger. I'm the Programs Manager at the PMFRC. We could not let this year end without having one last opportunity to come back and talk to all of you, our military families, our clients, and those in the community, and wish you a happy holiday. I have a number of guests with me today. I am very, very excited. I am starting with Jana Hodson, who is our board chair, is here. Sue LeClaire is our Children's Services Manager. Louise Anderson is our Veteran Family Program Coordinator. Janet Koopman, our Employment Services Coordinator. Annie Baudouin is our Community Engagement Advisor. Claire Batty is our Communications and Marketing Advisor, and Derek DeRuiter is our Executive Director. So welcome to everyone who was just joined us for a couple of minutes. We are going to go through pretty quickly, but we just wanted to talk to you about some of the things that we have all learned along the years. A number of us have been with the PMFRC, and we have our certain areas of specialty, and we wanted to share with you some of our best advice to have a happy, stress-free as possible holidays. So before we start, Derek, I'm going to hand it over to you. Do you want to, for the last time this year, talk about what's happening at the PMFRC?
Yeah, for sure, Julie. Thanks. And thanks everyone for joining us today. Like you said, big panel, more than we normally have, but glad everybody could join us. More information, around us winding down for the holidays and our office openings and closures, really, than anything, to be honest. Just to share so everybody's tracking, but our offices are open for a few more days, so we'll be closing a lot of our doors and a lot of our locations at 4 p.m. on December 23rd to close for the holiday. Reopening back on the 2nd of January around 8 a.m., which is our typical opening time. Those closures for that period includes all of our daycare programs, as well as our Northside offices and Family Wellness Center. Our before and after school care programs that exist out there in the community are actually closing down on the 20th and back open on January 6th, which matches the school calendar. So that's why those ones are closing a little different. And then our employment services offices are going to close down on the 25th and the 26th, as well as January 1st. And they'll have reduced hours throughout that period. So December 24th, 27th, 30th and 31st, they'll be open 9 to 12. So some reduced hours there. Our private home daycare homes that we have out there, if you want to learn what the hours are, they're all a little bit different. So please reach out to your provider and they'll give you the holiday schedule for those. A few other points is our mental health walk-in clinic. So normally that would fall on the Wednesday, which is January 1st. So we have canceled that one, obviously, on New Year's Day. But we do have some options out there for people, or during our closures, if you need to contact or need to get in touch with anybody, there are some avenues for that. So our the family information line is there and accessible. We do have the CIFMAP, so Canada Forces Member Assistance Program, which is available. Our youth crisis texting services is there, and there's always a duty chaplain on as well on the base that's available, right? So I think we're going to share, or we can track down all these information on our website, as well as Julie's going to share them in the chat. So if you need to get the phone numbers or the contacts for those, they're there. And then I guess the last point that I was asked to bring up is we do our holiday door decorating contest here at the PMFRC, and we give the community a chance to vote on that. So if you haven't voted yet, please take the time to do that. Our staff put a lot of work into it. There's some pretty amazing door decorations out there for sure.
And you can vote on Facebook or on Instagram. All of the doors are posted there. So it's just either a quick like or a comment underneath. You mentioned the mental health walk-in clinic is being closed on the 1st, but it is open tonight. So if you would like to talk to a clinician, if you would like to take a couple of minutes and talk to somebody, that is something that is available tonight, and it's going to be at the Southside Community Center this evening. So let's do the roundtable. Let's talk about some of the our best advice for the holidays. Sue Claire, our Children's Services Manager. A lot of people are home for the holidays, and they are going to have little ones with them. This is a time of a lot of excitement, a lot of sugar, not as much sleep as perhaps we would all want. Can you give us some of your best advice for having a stress-free and happy holiday with your children? What are the kinds of things that we can do to make this a magical, wonderful time, really, for everybody in the family?
Sure. So I think, first and foremost, our little ones, like as parents, we all want to make the holiday season as special as possible for our children. But really, all our children want is to spend time with us. So, really trying to reduce that stress as much as you can, spending time with your children, getting them outside as much as you can, get that vitamin D. and if possible, stick as closely as you can to the routine. So their bedtime routine, meal routines, things like that. Just trying to keep their schedule somewhat consistent. And then if you're doing special things like giving them notice, giving them reminders, and trying to really reduce electronics and kind of keeping that in your back pocket if you're traveling. So if you're traveling, that's the kind of time you want to use those things to keep them occupied in a vehicle or on a plane, things like that. And, I really encourage our families to look on our YouTube and Facebook for our Play Troop videos. There's a lot of fun activities you can do with your children on those, colder days where you can't get outside. But hopefully everybody's getting outside and having lots of fun in this snow. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just enjoy the time you have with your children while you can, and yeah, do some special things with them around the house that are easy and simple.
Thank you, Sue. Sue has also pulled together a couple of links that she wanted to share with folks in terms of activities, nice, easy things that you can do with the kids just to keep everybody occupied. So we will add that to the comment section. Thank you, Sue. Louise, let's go to you next. You are also a very festive person who is very fond of the holidays. Talk to us about what are your favorite tips for a stress-free holiday.
Short and sweet. Take time for yourself. Plan something to look forward to. It can be a favorite meal, an activity that you enjoy, or something extra special to indulge in. Create new rituals that are uniquely suited to you, and remember that it's okay to let go of past rituals and traditions that no longer serve you. Treat yourself well.
I think that's a great advice. And I think I love the idea of coming up with new ideas and new traditions, especially for military families who maybe your traditions were very much wrapped into your extended family and your brothers and sisters and parents. And maybe for circumstances you're not able to do that this year. And this is the perfect opportunity to look for those new traditions and things that you can do that you will remember into the future. Claire, we don't see you very often on the Fireside Chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you talk to us about some of your tips for a stress-free happy holiday?
Certainly. Yeah, like many military families, my family moved out here away from most of our extended family in the city. So we do try to look for opportunities to stay connected. And we like to make sure we reach out on all the different holidays, birthdays, and anniversaries. So what I've done the past 3 years is as a holiday gift for the extended family, we create a personalized family calendar where everyone sends in some highlight photos of things they enjoyed doing or maybe accomplishments throughout the year. I put those all together with my marketing and design skills on the calendar, and we input everyone's anniversaries, birthdays, significant family dates, and then we send off a copy to every family in all the different cities we're in. And then we know throughout the year that all the families are looking at that same calendar to enjoy. It reminds you of anniversaries and birthdays, so you're not as stressed there that you might miss someone's birthday, and it makes a nice, useful gift, I think a really meaningful gift. So we've enjoyed that enough that we keep doing it. I just ordered mine last night. And the other thing we enjoy doing is sending cards, and we collect greeting cards, birthday cards throughout the year. And then for the holidays, we get some blank ones, and then we reuse our existing ones with different patterns. And that's a great activity for the children to help out with. And then we either deliver them or post them. And that's another way children can be involved, coming to the mailbox, putting a stamp on, practicing some skills there. And especially we try to think of any relatives who would not be on social media, would not have seen the Facebook updates. In many cases, they really enjoy getting a nice card in the mail from a child in the family.
Thank you, Claire. I think for those people, and I'm not going to say those of us because anybody who knows me in real life is going to say she's absolutely not sending Christmas cards. It's a different year this year, right? Because we have been receiving those Christmas cards in the mail for those people who really love connecting that way. So it's been a different kind of year. So I love those ideas about different ways we can reach out on social media, but also those people who may not have social media, who I'm sure are not going to object to receiving a card a couple of days after the holiday season. Will still be very happy to see that. Janet Koopman, welcome. You are our Employment Service Coordinator. Again, it was nice to have you join us. Can you talk to us about some of your tips for the holidays?
Sure. Well, employment pretty much slows down around the holidays, and that's because businesses have their staff going on holidays. Onboarding someone right before the holidays can be really complicated with staffing hours. And sometimes they're just looking at the new year and what they're going to do moving forward in the new year. Often we also have job seekers who take a bit of a break in their job searching prior to the holidays because they've made plans and kids are off school, and for a variety of reasons, they might not be actively job searching as much as they normally are. But it is an opportunity to connect with your network. So I think we've all heard that employment can be related to who you know, and that it's those connections, those personal connections that can lead to employment. So this is an opportunity to connect with your network. It's an opportunity to talk to the people that you know, to ask people about their jobs and what they do, what's going on in their industries, how they got where they were, what credentials or certifications they picked up in order to get the jobs that they wanted. And it's also an opportunity to tell people that you are job searching and you are looking, so that if they hear about opportunities or know of something at their job, or their brother-in-law is hiring an automotive technician or whatever it is, that maybe if they know that you're looking for work, they'll think of you when they hear about those opportunities. So it really can be an opportunity to connect, to learn some information, and to get other people's brains job searching for you, keeping an eye out on opportunities that might be a good fit for you.
Thanks, Jana. Derek, I'm going to move over to you. You're a festive guy. How do you keep the holidays stress-free and happy?
I noticed some sarcasm in that, Julie, but all good. Yeah, I don't know if I have a tip per se, right? I think more what I try to do is and plan to do is maybe try and get some much needed R&R over the holidays, and spend some time with my family and friends. Oh,
We can still hear and see you.
okay. My computer just kind of the screens are going black, so I'll do what I can. But like I said, I try to spend some time with families, try to take the time to enjoy that time rather than, a lot of times when we're planning an event or we have family over, I find more time is spent preparing and stressing out and making sure everything is perfect. And I think we really try to, or we have at least over the last few years, to try and just use that time with the family rather than preparation. So little things like, having other people bring stuff and do it like a potluck instead of trying to do it all yourself. Stuff like that just gives you more time to spend rather than more time on preparation, right? So I know I tried to focus on that the last few years, and that's what we try to do. Sometimes it's harder or easier said than done, but I find it definitely takes some of the stress and some of that away from that holiday period and gives you that time to relax for sure.
Thank you. Annie, what about you?
So, thanks for having me first. Since I'm part of the Family Navigator department team, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about if you have family member with special needs, how can we do our best during our holidays? First of all, would be managing expectations first and foremost. To almost contradict what Derek just said, plan ahead. There's a lot of prep happening when you have a member with special needs. If you have little ones with special needs, maybe create and read them social stories about what's going to happen. If you can familiarize yourself with the location where the events are going to be happening. And one I'm going to say it's dear to my heart is kind of like establish a little sensory space corner, either in your home yourself or wherever you're going to go. Part of our services here at the MFRC is that we have a lending library with some of the equipments that for military families and veterans can borrow for a few weeks, try it out and see if it works. We still open for a few days. If you think that you want to see the calendar or the catalog, just send us an email. We'll help you with that. And the communication will be the biggest one. So, with your member that has special needs, but also whoever else that will be around, communication is the best way to manage expectation, but also making sure that everybody will have a great time. And I had a little tips for deployment as well, which was, don't be afraid to create your own tradition. But Louise beat me to it. I guess when you're the last talking, that's what happens. But yeah, We have great tools as well that we can offer you. So one of the documents that we have and worked on is how to stay connected during different holidays. So reach out. We have a lot for you. If you're not quite sure how to manage this time, we're here for you. Thank you.
Well, you were talking, and also Sue was talking about sort of transitions and helping children and those types of things. I was thinking about our online sensory room. The
Yeah.
PMFRC does have an online sensory room. I'm going to share the link below so you can find out how you could get access to that. But sometimes if you might have your phone, but you're looking for a way to sort of just sit back and recharge a little bit, might be a really great resource that some families might find useful. Before I hand over to Jana, I'm just going to go over mine. My job is very much involved in planning and quality management, and I don't think you want to hear about my holiday spreadsheet, so I'm just going to talk about that. But I think my big tip is let go of your plans. I found over the years that I have been holding on fast to that plan and sort of took a deep breath and let other people come up with ideas and let other people come up with different plans. The holidays looked different than I had initially thought, but so many of my favorite holiday family memories are in those moments when somebody brought something different to the table and I had a chance to sort of sit back and see things through their eyes. So let go of that plan. For some of us, that's a tough challenge, but a lot of rewarding things can happen in those moments, and I think a lot of the people in your family will step up and really pleasantly surprise you. Jana, I'm going to leave the last word to you. What are your tips for a wonderful holiday season?
Well, there have already been so many wonderful tips. I feel so much more prepared for the holidays now after listening to this. I think to build on yours, Julie, just to say it doesn't have to be perfect. Often we are traveling or, dealing with tired children or tired people in our lives, or we're not traveling and missing where we think we should be. But home can be where we make it. And it's important, I think, to recognize that it doesn't have to be perfect. And we often have family that we meet along the way. So enjoy the time that we have with the people that we have and just enjoy those special moments, however they come, whether they're through a potluck or relaxing or spreadsheets. Really just enjoy home and enjoy family, however it comes our way.
Thank you. I feel almost like it can't possibly be a fireside chat without talking about no door being the wrong door. We're going to put all those numbers below. The holidays can, even with these tips, be really a challenging time. Please, if you need support, please reach out. There are lots of people out there to talk to. There are a lot of resources. Please make sure that you take advantage of those and look after yourselves. Jana, I'm going to give you the last word for holiday greetings before we sign off. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
Just on behalf of the entire PMFRC board and staff, happy holidays to everyone out there. We hope that you have a wonderful, restful, enjoyable holiday season and enjoy all the time that you have with family and friends. So best wishes on behalf of all of us from the PMFRC.
Thank you all for joining us. We will see you in the new year with more fireside chats. Have a wonderful holiday.